Hello all, welcome to the Week 2 update for Creative Nonfiction Online. I am very pleased with how the forums are going so far. We've had some good discussion. I don't really have anything to add on Mantegna. I think you guys pretty much covered it all. He is a bit arrogant at times. He does have some better than thou type commentary involved. Obviously a very educated man, and I think he knew exactly what he was, which is always nice. A few notes on how the forums are going. I thought you guys got off to a really good start. I think they're pretty good. I would like to see more development in the upcoming weeks. I know that might be a little hard with Mantegna, and you guys are still getting used to the environment, getting to know each other just a little bit, so I'm not necessarily taking any points off or anything like that. But don't be afraid to have multiple paragraphs in your primary posts, and certainly 2 paragraphs or so in your reply wouldn't be unheard of as well. Additionally, make sure you're clicking the Add a New Thread link for your primary post and clicking Reply for your secondary post. I saw a couple little instances with that. On to this week's stuff. We've got Steele, Lamb, and we're going to look at the lyric essay a little more in depth. We'll see a few lyric essays as the semester goes on, and I think it's a very interesting type of creative nonfiction. So hopefully you guys get kind of what's going on with that. Think of it as a braid or a weaving, if you want to go more of a loom type thing, of multiple narratives or components together. So hopefully the lyric essay makes sense to you, and hopefully you enjoy them, because those connections I think are very important. With Steele is still very much part of the evolution of creative nonfiction, as opposed to being what we know creative nonfiction to be now. Much more interesting than Mantegna, I think you've probably already discovered, but still not that modern approach that we're probably more comfortable with. I think when you see the differences in the language between Mantegna, Steele, and Lamb, you'll be able to kind of name that time period, or at least understand that there's significant gaps between a lot of that, to kind of know when they're writing from. And that might be something you want to keep in mind when you're doing your posts, in terms of what time period they're from and why what they wrote about mattered during those particular times. So make sure you're doing all that. I see that you guys have already posted some things for those 3 forums this week. I've seen some primary posts and some replies, which very good. You guys are on the ball with everything. Maybe I need to make my video updates a little sooner, since you guys are getting all over it. I kind of thought you guys would use the weekend more for reading, but you guys are going ahead and jumping right in, so that's a very good thing. I'm very glad to see that. Hopefully that ambition is maintained through the 8-week semester, just as I hope you guys start to enjoy the readings even more. Quick note, I think last video I told you I would let you know about Boondock Saints All Saints Day. I give it a pretty big thumbs down, but if you loved the first one, it's worth watching, but don't spend much money on watching it. So don't buy it, rent it, or put it in your Netflix queue, or whatever. And they did leave it wide open for a 3rd one, which I thought was a little comical considering how bad this particular movie was. I can't imagine there ever being a 3rd one. But if there is, I will watch it. So if you have any questions, as always, send me an email. Otherwise, I will see you next week.